Hi there. It's amazing what you can find rummaging around the shed. I went in there this morning and I found my old range cards, sort of kill cards that I used in Afghan and Iraq. The reason why we use these is because in Iraq you had to justify your kills. Mainly we did ops at night. That's when the insurgents were more active. So you had to justify it in the morning, go to the ops room and say that I killed this amount of people and this is what I done and this is why I killed them. And it sort of goes on your military record. This one, for instance, has got an insurgent fighter on both sides. And what I had done, I put elevation, deflection, the range to the target and hits on target. You can actually see this one still got writing on it from when I used it. It says 13 clicks, which I know off the top of my head is 300 meters. Yep, range 300 meters. Deflection is rubbed off a bit, but not to worry. And you can see where I hit him. I hit him in the chest, which is, I hit him just there. Also hit him in the arm. That'd be my first shot. Okay, but my kill shot would be this, where I hit him in the chest. People got a sort of, I think it's just about Hollywood. We go one shot, one kill. There's no such thing as lone wolf. You know, when a sniper goes out on his own, he always works in a pair or works in a team. And there's, you know, they say one shot, one kill. You're probably looking at two shots, to be basically honest with me. With you, sorry. If you can see there, I've hit this guy in the arm. Now he would have lived. He would have got away. So I've done a second shot and took him out. If you haven't used your barrel for a long period of time, you're going to get a cold ball shot, which is always going to be not on target or hit the target, but not be it's like a kill shot. So you always have to be prepared to put another shot in. Long range, I always go for centre of mass. It's still got as much devastation as shooting the guy in the head. So that is my little insertion card that I sort of made up. Makes my life much easier in the field. Also, I've got a little range card here. It's got like a wagon wheel on it, and it's got percentages of windage. So if I wanted to fire straight forward and the wind was blowing straight on, it would be full value. So I wouldn't put any clickages on. I probably put a bit on for spin drift. And spin drift is basically when the rifling of the barrel goes right, you have to justify that as well. And so you have to make allowances to go left to counteract the spin drift that goes right. Probably over 1,000 meters, you're talking about the chaos effect of the world taking effect of it. But I could talk all day about that, but you know, it's a long-winded matter. So that's one of the cards that I use. Also, take this clip off. I use this card as well. This is more like a quick reaction card that I used to use. You can see where the black dots are is where the target, where the bullet will hit the target. All right, for each wind that have been called. So if the wind was say full value, I'll either hit the target lower down or on center of target. Okay, and as you can see there, self-explanatory for different percentages where you're going to hit that target. Pretty good for quick reaction. You know, you can just quickly look at it, dial it in, and you're done. Obviously, got the ASAC cards here. I've got, as you can see there, the tours that I used to do. My last tour was a winter tour, so you got winter there, hence blue as well. And you got the altitudes, and this will go down to 0 to 10 degrees. So that's pretty good. And this ASAC cards is the calculation to what sort of like dope you put on your scope. You have the path, which would be your elevation. You have the temperature. Really don't use that really. It's not important. Except if you fire long distance, you've got to worry about humidity, because if you put your hand in a bath and go like that, you're breaking that water. So imagine you're going like that with the bullet, okay, you're still breaking the air. So in coldness, the humidity will affect it, and obviously it's really hot, humidity will affect that flight of that bullet. So it's important, you've got to remember that. Obviously you've got, what else have we got here? Spin drift as well, and also the windage. all right, which is important. So it'll tell you how fast your wind's going from 25, 20, 15, 10, 5 or 1 kilometre an hour. All right, and obviously it's got moving targets, what leads you put on. So that's the ASAC card that I use, and that basically would go down to 100 meters all the way to 2,500 yards. Okay, so we just take these off to show you a bit more. Obviously I've got a quick reminder, so it's always learning, okay, because you've got so much to learn and so much to keep on top. I always make things easier for me. So if I've got a bit of downtime, I look at the mil dot system just to make sure, because sometimes when the target gets in front of you, you haven't got time to check everything. So you have to judge it by doing the distance and the elevation, and obviously the windage by your mil dots and by a wind meter. So as well as doing it by paperwork, if you lost all that, you've got to still use your mind. And obviously for the grain of bullet that I'm using, I've got time of flight there, and obviously the speed of the targets and how much lead I need to put on them targets. So pretty nice to have in your bag. And obviously to go with that other card that I showed you, this one here is obviously a color code system. All right, so if I look at number 10, I know that number 10, my round's going to go here if the wind is blowing down there. All right, so blue would be a number 11, and I know my round's going to land there. Same with the other system, you can see in the black dots where your round is going to land, right, from which direction the wind's going to come from. Right, so it's pretty handy to have as well. More ASAC cards, and obviously moving targets. In Afghan and Iraq, they sort of like travel around on the back of motorbikes, so you've got to be pretty quick judging them. So give them a lead time. It's funny, I used to go 1 banana, 2 banana, because that gives me the second, you know, and I used to lead them through the compounds, and I used to sort of ambush them. So I knew when they were going to appear, when I could take the shot. And this gives you basically the clickages you need and how much lead you should give them. You can ambush them or you could follow them. All right? I prefer to ambush them, all right, because you've got buildings to go through. They could stop in that building. You've lost where they are. So I prefer to ambush them and take the shot from there. Also, same again, all right, black dot method from where the wind's going. I seem to have quite a few of these, so obviously needing them at some point. This card is whoever you fire the old GPMGs, you come in a big ammo tin and it's separated by a plastic partition, and this is what I've used for this. And obviously I've just bodged some clips onto there. And obviously on this bit of fluorescent bit of orange there, I put a miss report. So if my lads were injured at any time, I could put time grids, that number, blood group, okay, what the injury was and where the emergency HLS is, which the emergency helicopter landing is going to be. So that's quite important because you've got to keep thinking all the time. And it got used because I did lose a few guys on the tour. On the back here, what I used to do, used to get a Lumicolor, all right, and I used to draw. So where I'm looking, I used to draw hills, all right, if there are hills in front of me, and then I used to laser range find it to give me the distance to that target. So I now know vulnerable points to me, staying here, will be that hill, that compound over there, and that over there. And I used to range it and fill it in on the range card. So you can see there, bit crude, I know, some hills, and I'll put 200, 300. So I know straight away at 300 meters, my clickage will be 12 clicks. So I know automatically that I can take that target out as quick as I can. And it's always wise to do that if you stay at a location longer, you know, like overnight or something. You got to prep yourself and be prepared because they're sneaky bastards. They will come up and I don't know, when you sleep, they nick your teeth probably. But anyway, that's my little card. I thought I'll just introduce you to it. Really handy to have. Fits in your mat pocket, in your combat bottoms, or in your jacket. It's just a bit of kit, and just thought I'll introduce you to it, and give you a bit of insight into my life as a sniper, because a picture counts 1,000 words, but there's nothing like, talking about it. Well, anyway, I'll put some more stuff online. I've got some more stuff that I can talk about, but I'll do that at a later date. But I'd like to say thanks for everyone logging on to my Instagram and obviously watching this on YouTube. And I hope everyone has a happy new year. Thanks a lot. Cheers.